Hello there, people of the internet. This is not my usual recording spot, and that is because, well, I'm getting rained out, unfortunately. We got more rain coming too. Holy crap, it has been one heck of a rainy week. I wasn't really planning on making this video, but, well, the reason why I wasn't planning on making this video is because I didn't have any 7.62 NATO ammo with me, and I just so happened to remember I had a couple of rounds sitting around for an Oviedo Mauser that I have. So I figured I'd step out to the range here, or what I'm using as like a temporary range while I wait for the weather to go away, and I'd function test this rifle. And since I was function testing this rifle anyway, I figured I'd throw up the camera, because hey, why not have you guys see how well this rifle works to begin with? That's one of the things I like doing on this channel. So I just got a piece of cardboard out at like 15 yards. Mainly I want to see if this thing's going to keyhole, or if we get reasonable accuracy with it, or if the sights are super off. I want to see how well it functions. I only have a few rounds of 7.62 NATO. This is Lake City stuff. I got 10 rounds of it that I had set aside for an Oviedo Mauser that I'm just going to run through this thing to see how she goes. I've made videos about these before. This is a Setme C308. And this particular one is a little bit on the difficult side to pull back like that. And I've made videos talking about why that is, and different ways on how you can spot a decent Setme G3 style rifle build. So this came with an aluminum magazine. I'm going to go ahead and try out the aluminum magazine to see how well it works. I got a bunch of different G3 mags that I can run through this thing, but I want to see how well the aluminum one works. So that's just kind of my plan. Let's see how well this rifle functions. First things first, I'm just going to fire one round through this thing, see if it cycles, make sure it doesn't blow up or, you know, run away with full auto fire. So let's just see how this goes. Gonna grab our rifle, grab our mag. One of the perks about being undercover, like I currently am, is finding my brass is probably gonna be not that difficult of a task. It seems like she chambered. I'm gonna kind of hold it out and away from me just in case it does decide to explode. Let's see if it goes off. Well, she went off. I hit the cardboard target right in the center. My brass seems to no longer exist. I'm willing to bet that son of a gun probably flew all the way to Jupiter, or is still in the rifle. I doubt it's in the rifle. Yeah, that brass is gone. That is an empty chamber. So cool. Well, she fired. We hit our target. That's awesome. Let me go ahead and load up a couple more rounds. We're gonna see how well she cycles. And I guess placate our way from there. So that was one round. I guess let's fire 4 and see what kind of group size we get on that particular target down there. Is there anything around here that I can somewhat rest this rifle on? Look at this. Got us a dolly. That'll probably be stable, right? That's what I like to tell myself. Only the most riveting of content here on my YouTube channel. Let's see if we can get any group size whatsoever on that thing. Looks like we got ourselves a malfunction. That's fine. That's to be expected, realistically. Double feed. That's not something you see very often. So it looks like at the 15 yards we're at, we are hitting a little bit low, but we do got 2 rounds pretty much right on top of one another. That's a good sign. Let me go ahead and flip this up for 200-yard aperture sight. We'll see if we hit any closer to point of aim. Okay, well, the 200-yard aperture sight looks like those hit a little to the right. That's interesting. And I don't think that was me, because that was pretty gosh darn consistent of them hitting to the right. Let me go grab that real quick. I gotta say, I really like the muzzle brake on this particular one. Way better than my other C308. So this was our test fire. This was just me seeing if this was gonna function. So I was aiming for the center here. First 2 rounds with my 100-yard zero, they hit pretty much in the center. They were just a little low. Swapped over to my 200-yard zero. Maybe something shifted, because now we're hitting to the right. and we were hitting consistently to the right. But on the bright side, what the heck is that? Get off of there. On the bright side, those group sizes are pretty decent with where it is they actually are. Again, this is not an actual fundamental test of this rifle. This is just me seeing how well it worked and making sure we weren't getting keyholes and seeing if we had reasonable accuracy. And it sure looks like we have reasonable accuracy with this thing, to the point to where it definitely warrants me doing an actual test video with this thing. Not sure how reliable it's gonna be, but well, we'll see how that goes. Realistically, this thing looks like it hasn't been used very much. And I know Sentry firearms oftentimes require a bunch of break-in periods. So as time goes on and I put more and more rounds through this thing, we're going to see how much more reliable it gets. I mean, heck, maybe that was just going to be one malfunction out of who the heck knows how many. Of course, heck, that might have just been a magazine issue, too. This is just an aluminum mag. If I were to go grab one of my steel ones, I'm betting it would probably end up running better. But yeah, alright, I might try to go find some brass. I'm doubtful I'll be able to find any. I didn't hear any brass go clank, 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 so it's not on the concrete. It has to be in the grass somewhere. And if it's in the grass, the likelihood of me finding it is very small. But it does fire, it goes bang, it's reasonably accurate, and it did cycle relatively decently. One malfunction, and for a C308, that's pretty good. Thanks for watching, folks. Appreciate your time. I'm going to make an actual video with this thing now that I know it works. I just wanted to test it out, and I figured since, hey, I was out here testing it, why not throw the camera? Like, subscribe, share, other outro stuff here. You guys go off, have yourself a fantastic day. I'll see you in the next episode. Been a little while since I've done this. Bonnie and Clyde be damned. Poor man's Garrett. It's a shame that bolt-action shotguns aren't more mainstream.